Hello! Welcome back to the show. So it's time for Inferno. We had a good showing from Fnatic on Dust 2. And now we go on to Chicken Land Inferno. So, what are your thoughts, Dan? TSM versus Fnatic on Inferno, coming shortly on a screen near you.
I typically like TSM the most on Infernos. I don't know if I should be called crazy or something, but I like TSM better on Inferno. I think. But the same thing. Well, sorry. The issue is really for me though. So we don't really know how the flusha edition of also Dennis minus Pronax Fnatic is going to work on Inferno. But could be a pretty different story. It's hard to say. From that match that we saw just there, both teams are playing pretty darn well individually. So there's no one's underperforming particularly. No one's playing bad. There's no reason to think that one of the teams has an edge individually. So it's going to come down to more of the strategy and how the team's styles mix together. And with flusha being the leader, with Dennis in there, I still haven't seen enough of them to really have a good idea.
Indeed, it is a bit of a question mark as to what the ultimate
Form.
Fnatic will be. Yeah, well, I mean, style, form. Everything. Lots of question marks on Fnatic. How much will they change with Dennis? Will people swap roles? And all those good questions. We will find out over time. But first it will be normal time here in Inferno. You see what I did there? I'm sure you did. Over to you, Dan.
Okay, so already the first frag will be found by JW. Take down cajunb. And we've got a pretty awful situation for TSM. They need to find out what's going on. But that said, Fnatic can just chill. They got loads of time to play with. They have apartments as well. And if TSM were to try to take apartments, they're going to be playing these close range engagements, which they do not want to do really. You can see Xyp9x was just playing a little bit there with, I think it was maybe JW. Either way, yeah, indeed it is JW who's up in the apartments. He's playing the lurker role. There as the B play is going to come in for Fnatic.
Well, here we go. Device needs the one shot. He's going to get one shot though by Dennis. There is a CT in CT. Bomb being planted for the barbecue. And dupreeh finds himself alone in a cold world. And winter is coming in the form of Swedish players. Looking for that korv, that kebab grulle.
Yeah, they're going to be able to just sweep that one away from TSM. So again, Fnatic winning the pistols here against TSM. Now, I'm curious how heavily TSM will invest. Will they get kind of halfway again, which, again, I like that from TSM specifically. Or actually, they're going to go for more or less a full save. And that makes the most sense on a map like Inferno, where you need every grenade when you have your buy round. You need every grenade. Because, okay, you're going to win your pistol rounds when you force buy. Maybe you're going to win them 10 to 25% of the time, realistically. And you're going to get damage. You're probably going to get some pretty decent damage most of the time. But you're not going to. It's very unlikely you win the round, right? But when you have all the nades at the CT side, the percentages shift massively into your favor. So they're playing for that, which is smart.
Push up top mid. It's going to force the CTs back again. They're going to try and engage in numbers or engage on their terms. Oh, look at this. Actually, Fnatic are just hanging around the arch area for the time being. karrigan's coming out. Despite them being so many Fnatic players there, he's going to get a frag and be traded. Xyp9x coming in to do more damage. And now Dennis is in a sticky situation here. Having to hold things down from the corner, but I'm sure his position has been announced. cajunb, only person left, and Dennis will jump past the angle and finish him off with the P90 spray. What else?
Yeah, 2 kills is good though. That's pretty much that's best case, I would say, most of the time when you got the full eco basically, and same situation for TSM here, and it's going to be Fnatic just playing another anti-eco. You can see they've kept the pistols, and they've got the Mag 10 on olofmeister. Fnatic are playing very, very economically here, like 5-7 on flusha and P250 on KRIMZ. So olofmeister is going to be expected to do quite a lot. You can see he's charging first because he's the guy who's expendable with that SMG. And I guess more effective than the player with the P250 and the 5-7 when it comes to running and gunning through the initial choke points. And they're going to go with the same play again. But this time TSM actually have 3 in B, so this could go poorly for Fnatic.
We can go back to the times of Devilwalk being on a team when they started doing this kind of strategy, putting the SMG man in, the point man to come in with the hype like Flavor Flav. Going their way now, dupreeh and cajunb. All that's left here. Cheeky push from olofmeister. Now the Mac 10's going to be in the hands of dupreeh. He's going to try that spray down onto KRIMZ. Only going to do half the damage done though, and he's going to be dispatched of. cajunb now with a nade and a P90. Unlikely to win the round. Could have optionally tried to save the P90 there, but it seems, I mean, there wasn't much in terms of upgrades to do, although it's going to have a good kill bonus, of course, so it's probably worth it for that. Anyway, we're going to see the buy of TSM coming out now. karrigan going straight for the big green gun. cajunb actually has the best spawn to go for a peek with the AWP towards mid, but karrigan is taking it towards, well, yeah, he's going towards A as well, so I think he could have thrown it to cajunb for a quick peek there, but maybe they didn't want to do that. Fnatic continuing with 4 AKs and the P90 onto olofmeister, and indeed karrigan gets the quick frag onto JW. So far so good.
Yeah, we got a pretty awesome buy here from TSM. They're going very passive, looking to see what Fnatic are going to do and just you know, react. Not going to press them, not going to push the issue. They've got Arch side open now, have Fnatic to abuse, but that said, we do have karrigan AWPing the distance. You can see his laser there. Let's see if he's going to be able to pick something up. He gets denied by the smoke, and he'll reposition towards outside, but he might be a bit too slow here. In come the Fnatic players very, very quickly, and they will take down karrigan and his teammate. So things not looking too fantastic right now for TSM, as Device needs to hold on to the bomb site somehow. He has to delay these Ts to allow his teammates to have a chance in this one.
So he's announced himself in construction, going back to the site, only gets one frag there. The bomb's about to get planted, and the Fnatic players are heavily tagged. Dennis coming in just in time to stop the plant from coming in. Dennis has 30 seconds to try and get a plant here, going for the fountain plant, but unbeknownst to him, cajunb is making his way through construction, so this plant should never happen here. cajunb coming in just in time, finding the headshot, and TSM make their way onto the scoreboard, surviving with 2 players.
I actually like that Dennis went for the hold on the plant there, because I think in that situation, when you feel like there's a guy in construction and in this potentially in the smoke even, you're never going to win that fight because they can just play the time for days. It's TSM you're playing against after all. So, but maybe you can get a plant because maybe they'll try to play it safe and not be baited out by what is often going to be a fake plant situation. So, I like the hold idea there. Anyway, we do have TSM with their first round. Now they're playing a little bit. Tiny bit more aggressively in this round, not so passively. With Device here by the sandbags on the wagon. On top banana, and dupreeh's going to leave him there. Find the smoke. Actually, dupreeh sticking around. JW trying to enter middle. This could be difficult. This could be the first point of contact here.
Double short play from TSM, but no boost. We'll see how that comes into effect. Indeed, you can see Zimnik's moving back and forth, actually, based on what is going on here. On the T side, I presume. I think he's having a look at the apps at the moment, but there's no significant push in apps from Fnatic just yet. flusha holding down the middle of banana as Fnatic try to force the CTs back on A, and there are 4 CTs here now, as we've had the rotation from dupreeh as well.
Yeah, we've got Dennis looking for the entry, and karrigan's not in library this time. He might not even be paying attention. It's got to be Dennis to get the entry, but karrigan is going to just switch his targets onto Dennis, and he will be neutralized. So TSM with a stronghold so far. Fnatic still trying to break the fortress that is the A-bomb site of TSM. JW looks for the entry. He's going to get it this time, but Zipnik's on the other side by short is going to eliminate olofmeister. So now things going pretty damn well here for TSM. The time is not with Fnatic. They've got to get the bomb down pretty much immediately. Great entries being found. Is there enough time? Yes, he will actually get the plant. Will flusha, but he's got 2 more players to kill and no time to do it. The round will be won by TSM after all.
A job well done by Mr. flusha. Got the bonus money for his team. That's $4,000 for the Mandem Dan. There we go, TSM now surviving with 2 players again. Let's have a look at what this means in terms of economical impact once this buy comes in. Let's see how many nades they get and so on. Not sure what gun karrigan's going to have. The drops coming in, so they're going to have the 4 primary weapons, the M4s, no FAMASs to be seen here, and more or less full nades as well. So it's looking pretty good for TSM for the time being, but they can't afford to lose any rounds, literally.
Yeah, it's going quite well. Now Fnatic, what are their goals, what are their expectations? On a round like this, they got a Molotov and a flash. They really just want the plant if they can possibly do so. A couple kills is always nice to start to just pressure the economy of their opponents. Keep them closer to the eco territory in the future. But Fnatic not finding a way in so far, being ultimately denied by the defense and defensive grenades of TSM. which is, of course, going to always be the issue on this map, being on the T side.
So JW has a Molotov, and olofmeister has a flash. Do you remember the old days of very games where they used to throw the pop flash in and then the Molotov to burn people to death because they were blind on the B side? You don't really see that happen anymore, but we'll see how this push goes for the T side. Getting sprayed down, Device has got a garden hose out, and he's getting rid of all the insects. JW remains with the bomb. No kills for the team. Now that's the round that TSM needed. That's going to be fantastic for their economy going forward. That's going to give them that extra buy if things get a bit difficult later on.
Absolutely. 5 AKs for them, full nades. Now Fnatic have tried to breach the A site multiple times on rounds like this, and you can say that that is probably going to be better than trying to just go for the full out B execute. You never quite know what's going to happen on the B execute unless you get a pick first. So they'll challenge for some basic control towards Banana, but of course denied by some smokes. Again, TSM playing it more or less perfectly at the start of the round, and yeah, I mean, I feel like Fnatic, they can get more edges towards A because they get more, you know, opportunities to pick as they push arch side and quad side. But we'll see if they try to go for it again, because they have just been trying that over and over, and so far it hasn't really gone to plan. KRIMZ on the angle here. He's on the he's boosted up as well, but not going to find anything just yet. The bomb is down by the plant pot at the bottom of Banana as Fnatic take middle. And now they have basically all the map control they need, and they can start making the call there where to take the bomb. Are they going to go for the A play? Are they going to double back in towards B? What is going to happen here?
Yeah, Fnatic need to be careful about this arch area because they're susceptible to a double peek from the CTs here. karrigan taking down JW before his teammate comes in towards the library position. cajunb holding down short. This is not going Fnatic's way. Dennis is still hiding in arch. Going to take down karrigan. Oh, that's a two-man for him, so that's going to open things up. Is he going to go for the split? You can see the bomb rotating away from the B bomb site now. cajunb's isolated. Dennis trying to get the tap down. kajunb knows he needs to survive here. The bomb continuing to rotate, and kajunb should make the call. Now here's another player top mid. He takes down Dennis on the long area. Just as KRIMZ comes in with the bomb on short, he is alone now as his teammate needs to come in with the flank from CT as soon as possible, because if Device gets this frag, then the defuse is going to come in super fast.
Yeah, if he just holds this, that's it. And it looks like he's got the call. He knows. Oh, he's actually heard some footsteps. He doesn't think he could have got it in time. And the engagement comes in. Device had it, but he never knew about it. And flusha will win the round for Fnatic. Around that should have been TSM's.
What's really interesting is, I think that if the old sounds were in the game, he finishes that defuse. But I feel like...
Yeah, they are louder now, aren't they? So.
Yeah, but I feel like it's hard to tell if somebody's close or far at the moment with the new sounds, and that might be an example. I'd actually like to ask him afterwards if that was, because I think with the old sounds, he's never getting off the defuse there.
Yeah, that was a pretty big deal as well. I mean, okay, it could end up working out in TSM's favor if they win this round, but they have been hard pressed for grenades to afford them in this round. They don't have all the grenades they'd like. So the defense will be harder, although they will get the first pick here thanks to karrigan on the AWP. And of course, yeah, if they win this round, Fnatic, I think, are on eco. Although they did get the... well, either way, we've got karrigan repositioning towards quad side. Sneaky stuff. Back towards arch again, moving around a lot with the AWP. That's how you want to do it. 4 players here on A for TSM and 1 flanking from Banana. This looks like it could be a strong defense, but Fnatic, they just have to hit the shots, and they've got to hit them fast as in goes all of the players all at once through arch side, just funneling through straight onto the B bomb site now. They've got their Nikes on, they're sprinting. They're not going to stop anytime soon here, not for anything. And well, apart from bullets in the back, it would appear, and flusha now has to get the bomb. That's going to really make things a little bit more difficult, and Device will find the kill. And they'll survive with 3 players as well, so great situation for TSM. You can see that Fnatic's economy is absolutely crippled.
Yeah, so they started off well on the T side, but TSM are now catching up, and I have almost sent Device a tweet for when he finishes the game, asking if he would hold that defuse, just before I forget, because my memory is like a sieve, Dan. So Fnatic are going to be pretty much on the Glocks now with the odd P250 here and there, and wow, look at that. Such an early frag already for JW. Good start, but I'm not sure if Fnatic are going to be able to hold that gun. It's an interesting situation, actually. In this kind of situation, only Xyp9x has a HE. I do wonder if the CTs would try and nade the gun away from top mid, because it might be precarious for them to try and hold top mid, considering you can see Xyp9x there has to try and hold off balcony as well. So a bit of a difficult situation. You can see the AK is over towards short now, so I think maybe they did shoot it away from top mid.
Yeah, indeed. Smart stuff. We have the push coming up banana here for the T's. And to be honest, I don't think that they should be able to even get any extra kills here. They're looking pretty weak when it comes to the equipments.
Well, we're seeing a big rotation from the CTs actually, although it's starting to move back because of the lack of action here on banana. But here comes the push, and there comes the spray. Device taking down 2. karrigan finishing off the 3rd. Another round in the bag for TSM. 4 players surviving as well. We can have a look at the health of the CT economy now. Not looking too terrible at all. AWP being dropped for karrigan as well. But again, cajunb has the better spawn for mid, so it looks like they didn't really want to opt for that early peek down into T slope.
Yeah, karrigan's been doing a really good job. His CT side AWPing is pretty awesome actually. It's quite interesting the sides and on which map karrigan chooses to play the AWP. Anyway, we've got a fast timing here from JW. He's going straight in, and he might just catch karrigan. Wow, what a shot from karrigan. JW's down. Just a slither of JW's shoulder visible there to karrigan, but he's going to shoot it off. Almost died there as well, so definitely nicely done from karrigan.
So what can Fnatic do with this? They don't have anybody to in banana. flusha with a Tech 9 is just having a cursory peek. But that's about it. karrigan holding the angle now within the library position. You can see Xyp9x moving back towards the balcony/pit area. So they're going to have a pit site crossfire with cajunb playing around the site, coming into Arch to support his teammate now. But both Arch and Short are being pushed at the same time by Fnatic. olofmeister going for a big flank. Down goes karrigan.
Yeah, and Xyp9x is in the pit position, so he's looking like he could hold this here. Even though they lose karrigan, they look like they are in prime position for a strong defense. However, Dennis will take down cajunb on the bomb side, so we get trades coming in all over the place. TSM, though, look quite strong, but the bomb will go down regardless. And 2 players in from library, that's not necessarily optimal. As Dennis was looking at that position, he's actually retraining his focus towards pit, as KRIMZ will eliminate Xyp9x. And with Xyp9x's death, a huge chance now for Fnatic to close this round. We've got KRIMZ there, over the barrels, able to take the frag onto device, just on dupreeh now. And these players are quite low here for the Swedish side of Fnatic. dupreeh will find the first one, but KRIMZ, in a timely fashion, will deal the final blow to dupreeh. And that's going to be another round there for Fnatic. So backwards and forwards, these two teams, but it's something that TSM's economy cannot afford to sustain.
Yeah, you can see these rounds starting to get a bit hard fought for both teams, and that's making things quite enjoyable here. So 5-5. TSM won't want to concede too many more rounds, or any more rounds on the T side, to be honest. Or on their TT side, should I say. Knowing Glendo. So we've got the aggressive positioning from TSM over towards banana so far. 1 over towards sandbags. Maybe looking to push car as well. 3 people over towards B for TSM. And they've taken some heavy damage. dupreeh down to 7 HP. Gonna have to run out of there. I don't know if cajunb is over there as well. No, he's not. He's in the apps, because it might have been an idea to swap the M4. Indeed, dupreeh's going to throw his M4 to his teammate and just run around with the CZ, as he cannot take too much damage, so going to pass on that utility. Still 3 people over towards banana for the TSM side. And you can see they're distinctly lacking in grenades. They've got 2 flashbangs left, and that's it. Device can throw a flash off the corner of the terraced roof he's standing under to pop flash the car area. It's a good start from cajunb elsewhere.
Yeah, so Fnatic's still trying to find which is going to be the best approach, which bomb site do they pick, and their time is starting to run all together very low. Nice defensive kill from karrigan as Device gets it done, killing the lurking player towards banana. So now TSM are in prime position. Now they just have to try to defend against these last couple players. But flusha will open things up here. Xyp9x unable to land really any good shots onto flusha, but cajunb with the pit position. It's going to be too hard to overcome for Fnatic. JW is going to try to sweep around the back and see if he can find something here, but there is the quick flank. He will actually catch the frag onto Device, but they can pick up the AWP. Oh no! I think if he'd gone straight for the AWP, he would have got it, I think.
What did he do then?
He picked up the AK first, for some reason.
Oh no.
Interesting. Anyway, it's fine because TSM are going to be up against an eco, but having karrigan on the AWP is really beneficial for TSM.
Yeah, he's had some strong frags. Again, they haven't bothered to go peeking down, as Fnatic I'm sure would, all the way down to T slope, but they've just been holding Arch and getting those kills. Nice snap there by dupreeh. Again, this is a TSM on the lead again. And JW jumping through the molly, trying to get some work done with the Glock, but it's not going to happen here. No kills yet for Fnatic on this eco. flusha and olofmeister remain. They've lost the bomb as well. Indeed, one by one, they will fall. olofmeister doing whatever he can, but it's not going to be much. 5 HP and a deagle, and okay. Bringing down some thunder onto device, so bit of damage done there. But there we go. TSM now with a good lead. Again, still their money's not amazing, but there are only 3 rounds left in this half, so they won't be too concerned at this point.
Yeah, this is slowly turning into what should be expected for TSM CT side. However, Fnatic still have all the ability to throw a novelty-sized wrench into the works, as they do have the full buy. But karrigan is going to spot one of the players fast up the bench. And what kind of play will this kind of trigger for TSM? Because we've got the fast push into bedroom from Cajun. If he's spotted, he's getting caught from both sides. He can get chased down at this point. He realizes that he tries to re-engage, but KRIMZ will find the kill instead. So TSM are in a pretty awful spot now, because losing one player early really gives Fnatic a massive opportunity to take their time. But karrigan gets a shot straight onto JW as they push up middle. And that's the kind of stuff we need to see for TSM for them to get back into this round.
Well, TSM with a stronghold on Banana now. And again, Fnatic continuing to pressure top mid, but it's coming down to Jules towards the arch area. You can see karrigan dancing around the smoke now. There is a player heavily tagged over there, which is either Dennis or olofmeister. They're both on less than on 10 HP or less. And TSM now taking a risk and putting that third person over towards the A site, leaving B solo, playing deep from the site itself. Fnatic with 2 players over towards arch. You can see Olof's going to be the man picking dupreeh, and flusha's going to have to go for the trade. The timing though, dupreeh moving away. He's just walking away on speedway, not giving a position away, and as he does that, karrigan goes down on arch, and now dupreeh's going to have to try and come back and retake control of arch.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty tough here as all these players just swarm the bomb site. Olof and KRIMZ with 2 entry frags, leaving just Device with nothing to do but to save. A sad state of affairs over in Device's house. And, well, not much more to say other than that. It's a nice snap onto the bomb site there, especially considering that Dennis and olofmeister were stuck on basically 10 HP each. Pretty good result. So Fnatic now, they have the opportunity, if we just check the money, because I don't think TSM really had an opportunity to build up much cash, and indeed that's the case. So after losing this one, they can force it up, and I imagine they indeed will. But if they lose that one as well, then Fnatic could very well get towards the 7 to 8 rounds, which would be interesting to see.
We shall see.
Yeah.
If it's A or B.
Yeah, it's looking a little bit strained here for TSM. They'll get the AWP onto karrigan regardless though. But look at the grenade situation. 2, 3 smokes and 1 incendiary. That is bad.
It's ropey, Dan. It's ropey.
That means karrigan needs to get something done. Somebody needs to get an early kill or something for the CT side.
Well, now he's going for the peek down mid, but he didn't have a good spawn for it, and all the players have been missed already. You can see them coming through from second mid now. The early smoke coming in. Only 2 smokes remain here for TSM, and B is not smoked off at the moment. Device, you can see him over towards the sandbags area. And they're playing the peak position. He manages to escape, but he's lost half his life with that bit of running there. dupreeh going down over towards B bomb site, leaving Device with half health actually, so he's susceptible to nades as well, of which there are 2 on the Fnatic side. But they're going to play it slow. Again, there is a smoke down, but it seems they're just waiting for it to dissipate for an execute. But again, while they do this, there are players moving up mid as well, so the ultimate goal of Fnatic may not have been revealed just yet.
Yeah, and for TSM, it's all about the individual plays. Of course, well, the team play that comes into factor as well, but generally speaking, they're at quite a disadvantage. And here comes the execute. Got Device in with an incendiary to counter, but they're smoking off the front of the bomb site, so that's going to stop TSM from having any engagements really on these players, or even knowing if they're actually pushing. And they're going slow off Fnatic, just starting to run now and starting to spray as the play has been revealed for the Swedish side. And we have the Lurker and olofmeister towards the A side as well. And look at the slow approach. The smokes are all but gone by the time Fnatic actually go for the push. They waited for the smokes to go away. What a beautiful play into the B site from Fnatic, and they'll get the bomb planted with just a few seconds to spare. Xyp9x is pretty much, well, there's nothing you can do. But that, I love that round there. I love that round from Fnatic.
Yeah, but it was really interesting. There was a who was it? It was Dennis pushing Arch once the wall of smokes came into the B bomb site, and so the remaining 2 players on the TSM A actually moved further into A as opposed to B. And then, as you said, when the smokes disappeared, the plan was revealed. The Trojan horse was deep into the site, Dan, and everybody got wrecked.
It's quite cool because they put the smoke onto the blue truck area kind of quite a bit afterwards. So
I love blue trucks.
So when those front side smokes disappeared, they could actually attack all the positions already set up, like in pool, in the entrance, in the tight choke point in the entrance by the first oranges and stuff. They could actually push together. So that's actually really cool. I don't think that I've really seen that before. And speaking of things such as that, we're actually going to see KRIMZ picking up a Krieg in this round. So nice, Krieg.
It is the last round of the first half, and flusha's going to get shot in the face by a device. So, got to look out for the nades of device. Only 10 HP, but he really wants to pick up that gun. Maybe throw it over to dupreeh, who has full health, and device can try and play close with the P250. But he might not make it that far. JW spraying through the smoke, so device has to pick his time wisely. Indeed, just escaping in time. It's a bit of a danger course for him over towards Banana, but so far so good for TSM. Again, their nades are limited. They do have 2 smokes left, which if they use wisely, they can potentially force Fnatic to an ill-timed push and get some more kills in. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, and so we do see the slow push coming in from Fnatic now. karrigan is going to spot it. Over the flash goes, he might just engage for some frags, and indeed, he's going to go across for some kills. And there we go. We get the kills there from the Krieg, as we have KRIMZ, JW and olofmeister pushing into the A site now. But they have lost 2 players. In fact, they are down a man in comparison to Team Solo Mid, who are slowly starting to push back into the A site with all players. In fact, they're rotating back to B. That's not a good time for it. Now the rotation comes in again, but not soon enough. KRIMZ and JW have completely cleaned the A bomb site.
So that Krieg continues here. The Call of Duty scope, is it going to do the job here versus TSM? dupreeh closing in on short, but through the smoke he'll be at disadvantage, and the Krieg will come in for the final kill. So Fnatic take a slight edge there, but they've had a very good T-half. 8 rounds on the T-half versus TSM. TSM going to have it all to do now in the second half.
Yeah, again, it was another really close half where it looked like TSM were going to do a lot better than they did, but Fnatic just a little bit more clutch. To be fair, Fnatic did win the pistol, so there was that. I mean, if you imagine the fact that they won the pistol, TSM getting 7 to 8 rounds was really, really strong. So anyway, moving into this second half, it's really anybody's at this stage. You would imagine that Fnatic should have a slightly easier time because they get to play the defense, and it's there's not as much pressure on a player like flusha, who's the in-game leader, the new in-game leader. In this situation, you can play his game a little bit more on the CT side. And we'll see what strategies that TSM have in store for the Fnatic side. It doesn't usually tend to get too complicated on a map like this, so don't expect to see all that much creativity, but so far they're just playing some basic map control, almost looks like a default here, and device finds a pick onto B.
Indeed, open season now on the B bomb site, but Dennis has other ideas, trying to shut up shot, but cajunb will stop that from happening, so B bomb site is in their control now. KRIMZ has construction though. That's going to be an important bit of real estate as the retake comes in 3 versus 3. JW taking down the lurker in the crawl space, but there's still a duel. dupreeh can waste a lot of time dancing around those pillars. Meanwhile, the other CTs need to come in, but they're going to get wrecked. KRIMZ alone now versus 3. He's got a kit, but the time is ticking and it's not in his favor. Not much for him to do here, but tries to play for exits now. He's given up on the round. And the hunt will come in from TSM. Can he get the pokes? There's one. And maybe if he gets his kill, he could save the kit for the next round, but that's not going to be the case. karrigan and dupreeh move on.
So TSM finally winning a pistol round. I think this might be the first in the series so far, if I'm not mistaken. And Fnatic are going to go for the force buy. So, TSM, they didn't go for the force buy. They wanted to have all the nades. They wanted max money into their first buy round, but that's not the approach of Fnatic here. Fnatic are looking to crush TSM in this round. They've got a max 7 in play, but how will TSM approach this one? There's only one player here for Fnatic towards the B bomb site, and that is where pretty much everyone from TSM is. So I'm pretty afraid right now for Fnatic.
Well, You see olofmeister just walking towards B. Again, he's a player who always tries to avoid giving his position away. And I think it's from the sandbag position behind the cart you can hear CTs running up and down Speedway and make the call to your teammates as to whether they should continue on or fall back. So, Fnatic currently with 3 players over towards B on this force buy, but TSM not really committed to anything just yet. You can see they're just poking and prodding towards top mid, trying to identify where these players might be. JW starting to get a bit itchy towards Arch.
Yeah, here it is, the first contact. JW looking away the wrong moment, and that is all she wrote for JW. But the bomb is actually moving towards B at the moment. There's still time for it to rotate back, but it would have to move more or less now. And TSM actually rotating into Fnatic on the B side. So, presuming that maybe JW's death would cause a rotation. Maybe they're right to presume that, but Fnatic have not fallen for that, and flusha's going to get some shots through the smoke here, but limited damage done here so far. Nice headshots found. There is so much damage now finally coming in for the Fnatic side. Great headshots. flusha with 2 key kills. Now it's just Device against 2 players. He's going to go for the plant. As that bomb goes down, he will have a chance now. And these players do not have a kit. I wonder if they'll be able to pick up some weapons. Some damage done to flusha there. flusha needs some help out from KRIMZ, but KRIMZ is a little bit too slow. Let's find himself the angle there with the 5-7. And here goes the peek. KRIMZ picks up a weapon. He's going to stay with the 5-7. They're going close, spamming it, and he's going to find the kill, and he does have the time, I think, to get the defuse, yep, and the weapon. So Fnatic are going to crush TSM, winning the force buy. And I just love that they just sat on B.
Device at the end there only had around 15 bullets left in his entire AK, which is why he couldn't even poke it. Like, he had to hit the shot. That was a really precarious situation. Had less than 1 magazine left. There's a lot of spray going on.
It is magazine, right?
I'm 90% sure, Dan. I'll never truly know.
It's one of those things. Unlike Roka, which is just Roka.
Yeah, if you say so. Like COD Roka. Anyway, Fnatic now going to be coming in with the weaponry. That Mag 7 could do much damage, but they're going to move just a little bit away. The bomb bouncing down mid as karrigan gets wrecked by the P90. So an early advantage here for Fnatic. TSM have gone for the force themselves, but it's not a good start for them. There's still a few nades on 3 of the 5 Fnatic players, including 2 smokes. Bunch of pop flashes. There are 4 players over towards A as well for Fnatic at the moment. And TSM seem committed at present.
Yeah, JW, he is in such a good position here. KJB goes to the peak, straight into the reticle of JW. That's the frag. flusha in the distraction, able to get some more frags done. And in the distraction, the backstab onto Xyp9x. It is like clockwork there for Fnatic, and they lose not a single player. And multiple frags there for the moneymaker in the Mag 7 of JW. So, well, it's going to be pretty sick, because he's going to be able to get an AWP out whenever he wants. He's going to go for the AK that he picked up to start with, but full eco from TSM means that Fnatic are in a great position right now. They could legitimately get towards like 13-8 without too much trouble.
Oh, that is a very nice nade, and could have been even worse if it didn't bounce off the wall there. So these players have done a lot, and the garden hose is surely going to come out here. There's a 3-man. Actually, it's 2 for 2, and olofmeister will get the 3rd. So that nade made life a lot easier for Fnatic than it otherwise might have been.
Very true, very, very true, yeah. Yeah, because the FAMAS is not, it doesn't do much damage. The DPS on the FAMAS is not very good.
For those at home, Dan, DPS stands for?
Damage per second.
Marvelous.
So, yeah, pretty amazing grenade. Anyway, full buy-in from TSM. All the AKs, they might have a slight edge over flusha and Dennis, who got the P90 and FAMAS, but no, apparently not. The aggression on Banana is good as always.
Straight in the chest go those bullets. And dupreeh going for the pre-fire there. Unlucky not to get the kill actually, but it was a good angle being held. Just the knee showing. Or something like that. So Xyp9x looking for an exploit through the smoke, but there's nothing to be found there as the Fnatic players have smoked off the apps area and moved out as their tenure might have been up. You can see Xyp9x is the new tenant looking for some friends. It's made its presence known. Again, those sound adjustments when you jump, the impact from landing is a lot more common, so it's It's more of a risk reward. You get punished for jumping a lot more than you would otherwise do. There we go, 2-man advantage now for Fnatic, but they've lost a key player in JW holding down the pit position. KRIMZ can't peek because the short angle's being covered by dupreeh's teammate, but they're both going to go down as well. So leaving Zipnix alone versus many Swedish players. But he's got himself a 1 versus 1. And now there's much spray to be had. And he's in a crossfire situation with 20 HP. So he needs to make a decision here, but the decision will be taken out of his hands by KRIMZ simply by shooting him in the head there.
Yeah, and the bomb was down on middle, so he was pretty screwed. That really sucks for TSM. They're going to lose their first buy. And Fnatic get to play against another eco. They did go down to 2 players there at the end, so their money, they would have lost a little bit of money there, but generally speaking, Fnatic are looking fantastic on the cash. And we'll see the banana smoke, the middle banana smoke again, just in front of the car.
Oh, nice timing with a flashbang as well, in case the TSM players had good spawn, good momentum going up towards banana, and we appear to be stuck in a smoke down.
Indeed. We are stuck in the smoke. Good times here in the smoke. Ooh, there we go. So we're back, and TSM, just some pistols. Ooh, no! Looks like JW is going to miss the shot. He's going to regret that one. All picked up, but not capitalized. Had karrigan hit that shot, would have made the world of difference for TSM, but now they're getting sprayed down, but still finding the kill somehow. In comes flusha to try to clean everything up, and he will do that with the M4. So 13-8 indeed for Fnatic. And TSM, they don't have many opportunities now. They don't really have any round buffers to work with.
5-round lead for the Swedish side. Buy coming out for TSM, and it's going to be Device this time on the AWP. We will see where he opts to take it. If he has a good spawn for mid, there's no AWP to face him from the Fnatic side at present. Going to have that Molotov as well, which is going to make it really hard to see through. And the smoke. That is a big pain for TSM to deal with. And look at the lack of map control here. Fortunately for them, they have second mid, but they have a distinct denial of information. You can see that smoke at top mid. It's possible for Fnatic to boost over that and look down mid, but they won't need to since they have the area smoked off. Oh, that is perfect from flusha. And it's great decision making. They've smoked them off from bottom mid, so they're probably going to be second mid. All the frags coming in the way of Fnatic now, and TSM look to be shut out of this game if this continues.
Indeed, it looks like it's very strong for Fnatic right now. It's just KJB left, he's going to go down, and that's a 14-8 scoreline, and we will get a pause in from TSM.
Quickly worth noting, actually, that TSM basically did everything Fnatic wanted them to do, based on Fnatic molotoving and then smoking off T-slope, because TSM have no choice but to make sure they take second mid, otherwise they have no map control whatsoever, and then they're in a position where flusha can nade them, and then try and get a spray down if somebody tries to avoid the nade or someone's trying to peek, and then it just went on from there, basically. The TSM players were funneled towards second mid, towards apps, and Fnatic just won all the duels. Yeah,
it's one of those horrible situations where it's you know, the smokes go down the banana, it's like, well, there's two things here. Either we take the risk to push, like as you say, like players as they want us to play and kind of go for the A pushes, which they probably have 4 players ready for, probably, but we don't know for sure, but it's likely. Or we'd risk just going through the smoke on the beat on banana. Those are the 2 plays that you really have, because I mean, and most teams don't really like to push through the smokes, even with some flashes, because you don't know who's going to be there, how many people are going to be there. Because some teams will play 2 people there for quite a long time. Some teams won't. It's just so impossible to know. So that's one of the reasons why Inferno can be really hard against a team that plays that style very effectively. And so far, it looks like TSM haven't found a good solution to these rounds.
They are running out of time to find good solutions.
Yeah.
As well. I think Fnatic are on 14-8 at the moment?
14-8, yeah.
Indeed, so Fnatic looking good for a 2-0 here.
That means that TSM won, what, 1 round so far?
In the second half?
Second half, yeah.
Yeah, the pistol round.
Yeah. Ouch. Ouch. Okay, back into the action here, and we've got JW on the AWP. They have full grenades, do these Swedish players. All the utility that they could possibly hope to work with. The bat belt is full.
The batarangs are out then.
All of the batarangs. The explosive ones, the smoke ones, the flashbang ones. He has all of those as well, right? I'm pretty sure.
I thought he just had batarangs. I thought you were just ruining the whole joke.
No, he actually has. He kind of modifies them. Anyway, We do have 2 players from Fnatic on the Arch side, kind of giving up the pit and apartments positions. Having lost JW, they're kind of gambling that a little bit, but it just generally looks quite weak here for Fnatic. TSM have all of the strength to pick which bomb site, and if they just coordinate the execute well, they should be able to isolate players and take them down.
Device looking, and he's finding, but not finishing. So, B still in control, but look at the lack of nades here for Fnatic. Olof has a smoke to deploy, and he will indeed deploy it. Dennis holding the flash for the pool area. And if he continues to hold it, and olofmeister can make his way over towards the CT side, and he can peek with that. And that's a very strong flash to throw. The smoke's coming in there, and TSM going to execute the B bomb site, it seems. Yeah,
the first frag from Dennis, though. olofmeister's very, very weak. He's going to be coming in around, but Dennis is already dead. What is olofmeister going to do? 22 health. He's stuck here behind the smoke, trying to spam through, but he's also careful because he's going to have the tracers to reveal his position, and he's not got health to really fire back. It's going to be KRIMZ, though, to take down dupreeh by the tree to start the effort for his team back into the bomb site, but the 3 versus 3 is going to be very hard for Fnatic coming in from these choke points. Good coverage here. We've got the heat and potty setup. We've got device in by Banana. Nice snap onto olofmeister, and Fnatic's chances look very grim at this point.
Indeed, it seems time to save. I'm not sure if KRIMZ is gambling on trying to eliminate the players rather than try to cross. And he'll do a good job of that, and he should be able to save his weapon as well. Indeed, he will. So only 1 TSM player surviving. You can see KRIMZ running back to try and find some goodies as well. But speaking of goodies, Device taking the AWP that was left by JW early on in the round.
Yeah, that was very, very well done to kill those 2 players, because their economy is great. TSM, on the other hand, not so much. It's going to force lack of grenades. Galil onto dupreeh. Still the ult though on karrigan, and he is definitely a big player for, to open up the round for his team. If they're having struggles, he'll just get the peek and the kill on some of the areas like boiler in middle and arch side and the B bomb site and so on. TSM with a pretty fast approach up onto the mid pressure to try to remove Fnatic from this area, to just force them back into A and into obscurity.
Well, there's a good initial frag there from JW. olofmeister now going for the AWP. Again, you can see JW can sometimes be a bit hit and miss with the AWP, you know, going down early and so on. So maybe olofmeister holding a different angle will have a better rate of survival for Fnatic in this situation, where they still have a good lead on TSM to try and exploit. So TSM unable to get that early frag, a man down as well. This could prove difficult for them going forward. 45 seconds left, bomb still bottom mid, heading towards A, while there is a lurker and device towards the bomb site. He will keep 2 players busy there, at least for the time being.
Yeah, this is such a dangerous position. Oh, it took too long for the shot. dupreeh is going to take down olofmeister with ease as JW rests in the site now. flusha causing a distraction. JW could strike at the perfect moment, but he doesn't find it. And TSM explode into the bomb site. And Fnatic now rely on Dennis and KRIMZ. Both very capable players, but this is a hard situation. Pop flash goes in through the smoke, and Dennis is going to just fall back here. They don't like their chances, and I cannot blame them. Ooh, that shot from olofmeister, that was the round right there.
Yeah, I'm sure he's kicking himself about that one. It seems that he, from what I can tell, it seems that he thought the player was going to strafe more, so he was setting up to sweep and shoot, but then he stopped. So it just, I think his brain was just fried, and he got wrecked basically. So, but there's still a 4-round lead here for Fnatic. We'll see what their loss bonus is looking like, and if they will buy around these 2 guns very shortly.
Should be able to, yeah.
Oh, lots of money.
Yeah. Yeah, they built up quite a lot of cash, it seems, and no AWP this time. I wonder if they'll change their setup. I wonder if there'll be aggression or increased passivity, or maybe even just something similar to what we've been seeing. Again, on Inferno, there's not a huge amount of creativity. I think Inferno is fairly solved at this point. It's just who can make the least mistakes, more or less. And if you can play against some of the strengths of the opposing team and pressure their weaknesses. Now we've got something similar from TSM, just the slow but steady mid pressure. And this is what you mentioned previously, that deep banana control is coming out of Fnatic again. And this is forcing TSM to move up middle, as they cannot progress towards B at the moment. And that seems to be okay, because dupreeh is going to find the entry at boiler.
And down goes flusha as well. So TSM not out of this one by any means. They definitely have momentum on their side. Olofmeister's got one, but he's got a number of players encroaching on his position. And there goes cajunb to take him down. 4 versus 2. And Fnatic are out of position again. So it might be another save. And indeed, you can see them retreating. So TSM just continuing to charge Fnatic. And Fnatic are getting gored round after round.
This is how it happened in the Dust 2 as well. It looked like Fnatic, oh, they're going to win the match. There was a kind of hard-fought first half, but then they came out on top, and then they're crushing, and all of a sudden, TSM are coming back right at the end. Last time, this is sort of the period where TSM started to lose grip of the situation. We'll have to see, if that's going to be the case around the 12-14 mark, because great defense there from KRIMZ. But yeah, I think Fnatic need to save next round. They'll have $2,400. It will be the third round in a row that they would have lost. Oh, look at the kills coming in from Fnatic as well. This is brilliant from them. So let's check the money real quick. I guess we're going to see it anyway, but
yeah, they still have some money.
Yeah, they can buy. I like to do the math myself, James.
Well, I mean, look at the damage they did to TSM's economy.
Again, yeah.
Which is good for Fnatic. And indeed, they'll get the buyout again. JW back on the AWP again, so a bit more all-in this time. We'll see what they have to offer. So TSM managed to get the buy. Sharing is caring, Dan. Spreading that money across the team.
Yeah, and if they lose this round, they'll get 2,900 on the bonus. So they would only need 1 eco to have another strong buy in the following rounds. A very strong buy indeed. So they might even get like some good pistols. They probably opt, if they lose this, to get some pistols out, good pistols, and maybe some Kevlar. So they're in this position where they have actually a lot of opportunities to close this game. But TSM, on the other hand, they want to take it to Mirage, the third map, the deciding map. Of course, if you're just joining us, TSM did lose Dust 2, the opening map of this series. And, well, JW in a good position here. If dupreeh peeks this, he's in trouble. But looks like the reposition coming in from JW just at the wrong moment to catch dupreeh.
Well, TSM are well positioned to explode onto the A site, but with how deep they've pushed Fnatic back, that's advantageous if they can open up B as well, because it will mean a very long rotation. And karrigan's in Arch as flusha tries to rotate, so the CTs on A have been shut down from B, and we can see olofmeister's in trouble now as well. The flank coming in from karrigan, sorry, Dennis is in trouble. The flank coming in from karrigan is going to be a bit of a problem. KRIMZ finally making it through mid, and Dennis holding things down. 2 very important frags. Shoulder picking dupreeh now, the flash coming in, and dupreeh's going to get taken down. Match point for Fnatic finally for them.
Wow, I was going to say it was all on Dennis. He just delivered a quad kill, massive play. What a play from Dennis. Saving Fnatic there. He was the key man to try to keep their efforts alive. You can see how he, instead of committing himself behind the smoke like a lot of people would have done, he went back to play it safe to try to combine with his team. Really cool stuff there out of Dennis. Really, really nice. Now, JW in with the peak now, and as you said, TSM need to get it done here. They need to scrap together everything they can, and they got 1 AK out. That is not a good sign for the Danes.
Yeah, so all that damage KRIMZ did while saving his lowly M4 has paid off, as now Fnatic are in a very strong position with TSM, as you said, with only the 1 rifle. JW's missed a few shots there. Got to be careful as TSM are continuing to get closer and closer with those tech knives. That moving accuracy will be a problem versus an AK should JW miss another shot here. Dennis going down to the AK of device, being traded by flusha. Meanwhile, the pressure continues from TSM up top mid and over towards the B bomb site. But the rotation's coming in now. 4 people over towards A for the T's, all moving towards short, while all the CTs are on long.
But all the rifle is gone from device, and no one's picked it up either. This is going to be interesting right now because the weaponry is just terrible here. The equipment for TSM sucks, but they have the bomb plan. That's the key part for them. And Fnatic are rotating everybody. They're looking to attack together. They want to take their time. They realize they've got a massive equipment advantage, letting some of the initial smokes dissipate before they go in for the retake. They've got kits, and Zivix is going to try his luck just running across the smoke there. This is very tense right now. This is TSM's chance to keep themselves alive. Bomb is starting to tick really fast. Fnatic need to go in together. They need to go in right now as the frags start to follow. And it's 2 players down here for TSM. Make that a third. But there's no time to defuse the bomb. Fnatic waited far too long. And it looks like cajunb might even steal away a weapon. Oh, and another kill coming in from Cajun.
What?
Still a buy possible for Fnatic if they want it, but they're likely...
That's a disaster for the Fnatic.
They should probably save here.
You could see the idea for Fnatic was to try and basically save as many weapons as possible there, because they put themselves in a really bad situation, maybe looking for a quick rotation towards B should it be required. All three on Arch, who were on the A site, then everyone pushing short. Really unfortunate for Fnatic in that situation, but then to lose 2 plays like that at the very end is really bad. There goes the AWP as well, and you can see what this has done to Fnatic economy now. So we've still got a game on our hands. That said, 2 players for TSM have gone down. We've got a stack coming in from the remaining CTs over towards the A site. There goes dupreeh. So 3 versus 2 now with these 5-7. Still doable for TSM though.
Yeah, but olofmeister's now actually got an AK in hand. This is actually looking very strange. Now Fnatic looking for just some positions here so they can understand what's coming. KRIMZ will spot karrigan. So that is going to be very suggestive that the other player is nearby, and cajunb is going to give his position away. So olofmeister's coming back in with the AK. The headshot position found, but not the frag there for KRIMZ. cajunb is going to shut him down, and karrigan gets the frag. But olofmeister, he starts to work. He'll take down karrigan. And now it's up to this one-on-one situation to decide what could be the series if olofmeister can clutch this one. Bomb actually going down now. And we've got cajunb repositioning slowly but surely, and he will find the kill immediately on olofmeister. Not much to do, I guess, for Olof, but still, great effort. And once again, everyone dies almost for TSM, like almost every round.
Yeah, it's getting a bit crazy. So the buy coming out for Fnatic once more, and if they lose this one, then things are going to be super hard for them in the following round. Let's see if they can do it. TSM going to have the 4 AK buy to Galil onto karrigan. There's a lack of helmets on 3 players, so that Galil will be an AK if he engages with the faces of those 3 players. Will be 1 shot to the head and dead. We'll have to see how it goes. So, no, the AWP's just not connecting here for olofmeister on the banana.
I thought for sure the second one was going to be a frag. I thought for sure that was going to happen there for olofmeister. But looks like there is a guardian angel for TSM. And they will have the opportunity to play out early rounds with 5 players. They have banana control now as well. There's pretty quick banana control for TSM, as Fnatic more or less gave it up immediately after olofmeister's initial pushes.
Again, TSM doing a great job of forcing the CTs back, apart from JW, who's going to get taken down on the roof position. So that's put Fnatic in a weakened state. There's still a lot of time for TSM to play with as well. And again, you can see Fnatic with a pit and site crossfire, but that means a distinct lack of information. Dennis has gone down on a B site, which is completely open now. flusha rotating from Speedway, so Fnatic being forced out of position again from TSM. Again left with only 2 players, and they have 2 TSM players hunting them already, so we could be heading to overtime here.
It's very possible, but I think, what is the bonus on Fnatic? It's okay, so it's the 3rd bonus, so it's going to be $2,400. Yeah. It's unlikely, but if they can keep the AWP and the FAMAS alive, then they have a real chance. But you look at this, we're getting the hunters on. Look at this, all these players moving forwards, but so far they're not really finding the frags. Oh dear, olofmeister's missing a lot this round, and he does get the hit there, but it's the leg. And KRIMZ goes down at the end as well. That's a really huge play. Imagine if the AWP and the FAMAS survived. They have actually got an okay buy here, to be honest.
Yeah, they haven't been able to do much of the AWP on the CT side though in this particular match. So you wonder how much it would help. Although you never know when you're going to start hitting the shots. So Fnatic with a mixed bag here, 3 pistols to try and finally take it over the line versus TSM. And we shall see what the result will be. 3 plays over towards A for Fnatic, and the 2 including the decoy towards B. Slow start from TSM.
Indeed, very slow starts, and you don't really want to blame them, considering that they are fully aware of the situation and the amount of equipment, or the lack thereof, when it comes to Fnatic and their situation currently. We do have a few grenades just teasing Fnatic on the B-bomb side at the moment, as the rest of TSM slowly get themselves up middle. But there's not much here for Fnatic to do but wait, and it certainly is going to be a tense wait for them.
So Device looking for the engagement he found a few rounds ago towards the coils. But the positioning of Fnatic is different, and it seems that the T side are going to commit to B now. We'll see if Xyp9x can manage to get himself into Arch, as karrigan did on the previous round, although he's heading towards short for the time being. There are shots being fired, and Xyp9x is going to go down. So there's the flank. Great flashbang coming in. Olofmeister gets the ZZ go, and he's going to move out. Dennis has gone down, so Olofmeister needs to waste as much time as he can. Another frag for him, and flusha comes in with one as well. cajunb versus 3. flusha pushing through. There's not enough time for TSM, and Fnatic will take it 16-14.
I'm shocked. I had no idea that any of that was coming. That was ridiculous. What did we just see? That was, I mean, that's actually why I think I was mentioning it earlier on in the match when Fnatic were playing their T side. Why most of the time we're seeing them try to take edges towards the A site, because when you go for the B plays, there's a lot of stuff that you can't necessarily count on happening necessarily. But A, you know, we can push A, we can use team play setups, we can throw smokes and flashes to try to get ourselves in there, get multiple one-on-ones. With B, who knows what the hell is going to happen. Although that one strategy with smoking off the front of the site, where they're kind of faking it and just waiting behind the smoke before that was gorgeous. I like that a lot. You're right there, James.
That's a strong 2-0. Well, I say strong 2-0. That was a great... Actually, TSM showed us some really nice stuff on the T side there.
It's really close.
The way they forced Fnatic back on the A site, the way they denied him information, the way they took control of the Arch and kind of killed the rotations or put themselves between the rotations. It was very tricky for Fnatic. Fnatic had a lot of rounds in the second half to take it over the line there. They were on 14 rounds for a while, but TSM just came back strong, although that at the end, you know, there were enough chances for Fnatic to take over the line that you have to bank on him doing it eventually, I'd say, in that situation. So they eventually did. So Fnatic off to a strong start in Stage 2 here in StarSeries iLeague, with the first match in the bag. You have to stay tuned for announcements from StarSeries as to when the other matches of Stage 2 will be, but I'm sure you'll find them on SLTV, Go Through Gamers, and all the other usual places. Thank you for tuning in. We will see you back here very shortly for more Counter-Strike in the coming week.